absolute pleasure to have you here today. Thank you for taking the time out of a busy tour schedule. And speaking of busy tour schedule, so you guys are going to be rocking the regional tour in Australia very, very soon. In fact, next month. How are you guys feeling about getting around kind of doing this type of touring again?
We're so excited. I think of the tours of this batch. We've just done the States. Now we're in Europe. I think the regional tour is the one that we're looking forward to the most. And something that I've kind of been saying is that when we first put out Never Bloom, every Australian tour was basically a regional tour. There wasn't a lot of like incentive for bands to fly just to the capital cities because the genre was still growing on the whole, and there just wasn't enough support it wasn't cost effective sort of thing. So every tour would be a regional tour, and you'd always get to go to these cool towns and communities, and through the Sunshine Coast, Central Coast, whatever. I feel like that's been lost a little bit in Australian touring, and certainly been missed by myself. So I'm super excited to get back out there and play some places that either we haven't played in quite a while, and I think there's a few towns that we just have straight up never played, full stop. So we're all about new experiences in Make Them Suffer, and I think it's going to be an exciting one. And I'm hoping that it's going to be kind of just a fun vibe for everyone, where it's going to feel something similar to like a school camp or something.
I love that. I love that. And I love it too, mate, because I'm going to go see you guys in Gosford, Driscoll's Wharf, for example. Don't have to make that whole trek down to Sydney. So I think a lot of us are just so stoked to play some of these more intimate venues because the last time I saw you guys, no, the time before I saw you guys was Kudos Bank Arena. So it's a bit of a different atmosphere, you know?
That's a perfect representation of, I think, like the two sides of the coin of touring and being in a band is, this high scale, big production with lighting rigs and a big arena basically, versus playing a local pub and paid in parmies.
That's it. But you got to love it. That's the best place you're going to get is all these regional towns because they're the ones that make the best parties at the end of the day. So yeah, I know why you're really doing the tour.
And that's Bakeries. I think the Bakery is also, a loss. Getting a good buy from an Aussie country bakery. I mean, yeah, the regional communities and towns I think are the only places that still have these amazing bakeries with amazing desserts and everything. So I'm very excited to pull the local bakery in every one of these towns.
And do you feel it kind of reconnects with the fans a little bit after all this time? Because, you've been around for a little bit. You're not like one of those overnight bands that have popped up and you're going full into touring. You're no stranger to it. You're over in Germany right now, for Christ's sake. But do you have to, you're stretching out the muscles a bit to get ready for such a hefty schedule? Because it's not like the tour before the album launch last year where it was like the Roundhouse and these bigger city venues. Do you have to approach every show a little bit differently because you are hitting it so frequently?
No, if anything, it's a little bit of a weight off our shoulders in terms of responsibility this tour because of the size of the venues that we're playing, it's a little smaller than typically, which means that the venues often don't permit or allow for a massive production rig, like a big lighting rig or anything like that, So what we're bringing in terms of stage production and lighting and everything is a little bit more stripped back than we would typically do and use. And with that, obviously comes less stress, less gear to worry about, things that can go. Let's just play the songs that we're really excited to play, and let's just have the best time possible.
No, and that's a good thing. And speaking of, weight off your shoulders, stress, or just interesting things happening. How was your phone this morning when you got up over in Germany after the announcement of Hellbound Cruise down here?
Oh, I mean, I'm so excited for that. We've never played a cruise ship, and it's, I believe there's another one called Headbangers Boat or something like that. That's like maybe I've heard of these cruise ship tours, and I've always wanted to play them. And for me, it's really exciting that we've got our own Australian version of something like this. And I mean, it's just we're going to be on a boat with all our best friends playing and listening to heavy metal. I can't think of anything better. It's a dream scenario.
I know when I saw the lineup, because I kind of, you all joke around, say, oh, what's going to come? And I did a little video. I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go make them suffer. I'm gonna go Polaris. I'm gonna go Northlane, and boom, you guys were all on there. I was like, Destroyer Line's gonna think I had the bloody list at the end of the day. But
We make it for everyone.
yeah, that's it. But getting back to the tour and everything, now that you're over in Europe, how's it been touring the new album over there? Because the new album just kind of blew up. Everyone loved it, from Doom Switch, which felt like it came out 10 years before the actual album came out, but all the way up to album release date. How's it kind of been to have the album, been sitting there for about 6, 7 months now, and now you're out on the road playing these songs? People have got them memorized a little bit more. How's that been for you guys? Because I truly feel with the self-titled album, you really came into your own. You kind of, after all these years, gone, this is what Make Them Suffer needed to evolve. It's like your final form. We go Dragon Ball Z. Let's go back. We're all kids once upon a time. You've entered your final form, so to say.
Yeah, I think there was a lot of intent in the songwriting of the album. We really did want to write songs that we felt would translate very well for a live setting, and seeing that initially when we first started playing the songs from the new album, I think we were a little bit skeptical, which kind of felt like, we weren't sure if we'd failed in doing that. As you played more and more, now we've probably played all the new songs, 50, 100 times at this point, and we've really found our rhythm with them. And that's something that often has to happen, kind of work out what the vibe is. I think that these new songs have translated so well into a live setting that I'm just so excited to bring more songs from the new album into the set. I want to try them all now, because Mana God, Oscillator, Weaponized, they're just phenomenal live songs, and it's been really awesome bringing that onto these tours.
Maybe since you're playing all these small towns, I think there's a song that might sit well into the set list. You know what I mean? If you add that from the new album, yeah,
yeah, that's right. Yeah, and but in all seriousness, though, that is a song that I would love to play live, because, I don't know, it's got a high. It's a high energy song. I think it would translate really well. Yes, very 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 befitting of this tour for sure.
I think so too. So it's going to be that missed opportunity if you don't do it. So I think you might need to add it to the set. But Sean, it's been a pleasure having you here tonight. I know you're out on the road now, so I won't keep you too much longer. But is there anything you want to say to the people that are coming out to these regional shows? Is there anything you want to say to the people that are just hyped about this cruise, because it's all the internet is talking about in Australia?
I mean, I'm so excited for the cruise. I'm so excited for these regional shows. Just, I don't know, come with a smile on your dial and come out to a Make Them Suffer gig and chuck a mosh, because we're going to be always delivering and bringing 110% with every live show, and we're just really excited to deliver these new songs to a very varied audience in Australia. It's going to be great.
No, it's going to be a great time. I cannot wait. I'll see you in Gosford, my friend. But until then, tickets will be in the comments down below. So go get those before they're all snapped up. It's not long now. Mate, see you soon.
See you soon. Thanks, mate.
Cheers, mate. Bye.